Hello, guys. Okay.
That voice gets louder and louder.
I don't like her voice. I wish it was a different accent. Okay, so we are really excited y'all are taking the time tonight to be here with us. So first, we just want to open it up and say thank you. We know you guys have families, you have full-time jobs, you have full-time jobs at home also, a lot of y'all. So we just really appreciate you guys taking the time. It really means a lot to us. Also, we're so excited to see some of y'all at Reunion next month, and those that we won't see. We love you guys. I know it's a pretty penny to go this year. So even if you did virtual, we're really proud of you guys. Definitely something great for your business. All right, so recruiting. We are going to dive into the basics and foundational mindset you need to have to continue sponsoring, to go through the dips, to go through the highs, to go through the lows, and to not give up. And so, like I said, my name is Chloe, and this is my husband, Justin, for anybody who's new on here. So why recruiting? What is the actual importance of recruiting? So I want you guys to ask yourself, okay? So we talked about on the Master of Sales series. If you haven't watched that, that's the first one we did last month, to really talk about the basic foundation of how to sell, how to reach those sales goals, how to continue customer service, all of that.
What resources are available. Everything.
Yes. So now that you guys have that foundation on sales, what are you doing to give that next level experience, which Justin is going to talk about in a little bit? What are you doing to give that customer the next level of experience? Now, I want you guys to literally think like you were in a video game. Level 1 is the PRV. Level 2 is now the sponsoring. So how are you taking it up a notch and taking these customers that you have, that you're sending mail to, or you're delivering samples to, that you're having do basket parties, do virtual parties? What is that next step? Okay. What is the conversation? What does that look like? How do you get out of your mouth, hey, you would be really great at selling Scentsy? That is one of the biggest struggles that consultants have. So we're going to break it down. So first, why does sponsoring matter to you, right? You said something really important right before the call that we tied to this. You said, you know how to sell.
Oh yeah. So I think it's very important too, and I said this in the Master of Sales too, why are you selling Scentsy? What's your rooted reason? Because that rooted reason could cause somebody else that has a similar rooted reason to want to buy from you, and then eventually see the experience and lifestyle Scentsy's creating you, and they want that. I say that all the time, lifestyle and experience. I say that to business owners, and I'll say that to you guys. Are you creating and making yourself look like you have the lifestyle and experience that's going to attract people to want to join what you're doing, or want what you have, or think to themselves, wow, I could do this too? So understanding that we are moving into, I think what a lot of businesses and what a lot of consultants and anybody in sales have to realize is, I think the 90s were more about the products and what the products could give you. The 2000s was more about very, 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 very focused on around amplifying the products and the experience that the product gives you. And we're now morphing into more of a lifestyle, to where you're seeing everybody leaving there's a great resignation going on. It's the lifestyle now, plus the experience that a product or an opportunity is going to give me.
And so what he said that y'all missed is we're in the era of the great resignation. He just said it kind of fast. And what that means is that people are wanting to leave. They are so burnt out right now. People are so burnt out of their job conditions, everything that's been going on with COVID. So although a lot of people are thinking people don't want to join Scentsy because they're scared, or all these thoughts that we can have, that's not the case. People are wanting another form of income. They are wanting something different. They are wanting to be their own boss. So it's actually the perfect opportunity. And now we're going to go into lifestyle. It's the perfect opportunity to share the lifestyle of what Scentsy can do for these people. How can Scentsy fit into their life? How can it fit into the VIP's life, the host, the customer, the referral, who's repping your business? A lot of people forget about referrals. So we're going to dig into this. So there's an acronym, and I talked to Katie Farner last month in Disney. She is a superstar director that made this lifestyle acronym like 8 years ago. It was one of the best trainings I'd ever heard in my life. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to take that and I'm going to really just amplify it and elevate it to 2022. So we're going to break down the actual lifestyle of recruiting. What does that mean? Recruiting is not something that you guys do to earn an incentive, okay? Recruiting is not something we do just to earn a trip or just to earn something. Sponsoring is something you do every single day. It's who you are. They're not joining Scentsy. They're joining you. They're joining an experience that you gave them that they want to be a part of. And again, he's going to jump into experiences after I go over lifestyle, but it's really, really important for y'all to understand they are not joining Scentsy. They are joining you. It's something that you have that they want to be a part of. So let's jump right into it. So lifestyle. So the L, you need to be looking for who needs Scentsy, literally looking. If you were following too many Scentsy consultants and you're only seeing Scentsy consultants in your feed, you need to stop following so many Scentsy consultants. I don't mean this to be ugly, but you're doing yourself a disservice by looking at on your feed every Scentsy consultant in the world and seeing what they're doing with their Scentsy mail, instead of looking at your customers, their families, their stories, their kids, their dogs, and what they're doing. Social media is a great way for you to look. Okay. Social media is a great way for you to see. Maybe your customer's doing a post in their story about whatever, about being tired, or there's so many different things my customers post. Maybe they're going to post something that you can connect with. You can start talking with them about things that aren't Scentsy. Most importantly, when you're looking, this is also at parties, at virtual parties. Some people do virtual Zoom parties. When you are seeing a customer, when you're interacting with a customer, it is our job to be looking at how can Scentsy fit into their life? Because Scentsy can, in fact, fit into almost everyone's life. It's just about who is ready to take the leap and how many times have you shared the opportunity with them, which we'll get into that, because a lot of people give up with one. Some of my top producers in this company, I had to either, some of them I did not recruit at all, but they were looking at me. Most of them I asked them several times. So who are you looking at on a day-to-day basis? Again, social media, you're not going to make money scrolling on social media. If I can give y'all one tip on social media, because I do not scroll, when I'm on social media, I'm looking at my customers, I'm commenting, I'm seeing what they're doing, I'm looking at my family, I'm looking at some Scentsy consultants I see, but that is not my priority. I use social media as a tool to connect and find customers, okay? So looking at who needs Scentsy, looking at when you text your customers, this is a big thing. How excited are they about their order? When someone is super excited, and this can seem super basic, guys, but I even have to take myself back to this. If someone is super excited about their order, or they love that sample you sent them, that next step in your head needs to be, why have I not shared that they could earn their kit for free, that they could earn their business for free, that they could get paid off of that Luna wax, that they could get paid off Scentsy Club? So what I really want to help instill in y'all tonight is I want y'all to start getting triggers go off in your brain. So when you're looking at social media and you see Chloe and she's sharing a picture of her 2 young kids, you can think, wow, that would be a great opportunity for her to sell Scentsy. She could have extra money for trips for her kids. I want you guys to start thinking about what you're looking at on social media. I'm serious, because a lot of people are wasting a lot of time on social media when it comes to Scentsy, because we're following too many Scentsy consultants. We're worried about their reels. We're worried about what they're doing. And what you need to be doing is looking at your customers, looking at them on social, looking at them when you're texting them, looking at how they're responding, those kinds of things. Did I miss anything on look?
No,
before
I was just going
to
to say this. One thing that I think a lot of people will get with social media in general, it is a great tool for you to connect with people. But what I always remind a lot of my clients is, what's the first word in social media? Social. All right. So in order for you to connect, you have to be social, and you have to socialize with them. And so I think I saw somebody put in the feed there, start commenting on your customer stuff. Start commenting on people that you are not your customers, that you're liking what they're doing. Start doing stuff like that and trying to connect with people so their feed shows up more. That way they can start seeing you and interacting with you, and so on and so forth as far as that. And with social media too, we have resources. If you're looking for other people to see how they're working their business, we have the How Am I Working page you can go to see how consultants are doing things and how they're recruiting and what they're using and utilizing for. So don't think that you're missing out anything by just always following Scentsy consultants. You're not. There's other resources for you to get good ways of working your business, and tools that you can use to recruit people too from the How Am I Working page. So
yeah, and so I think, look, it can seem very basic, but this is very important. I'm a big talker. Obviously, if you know me, I will talk all day long, but we need to look and we need to listen. It's very important to look and to listen. So the I, so we talked about L, I, identify. This is very important. When you identify those customers that are super excited about their order, that are in Scentsy Club, that are asking you what's in this month's whiff box, VIPs, I can go on and on and on. When we talk about a list, and I don't like a list of 100, we're done with that. It's 2022, okay? We're not doing list of 100 anymore. We're talking about an ongoing list as you're doing follow-up weekly, okay? You're adding to this ongoing list. You're adding prospects. You're identifying, wow, Serena Norton is obsessed with Scentsy. Why won't she join? She's on my ongoing list, okay? So when you're thinking about identify, who are you looking at and seeing Scentsy would rock out in their life? I'm talking nurses, teachers, stay-at-home mom. I'm talking about target marketing, looking at and identifying people that are in, I'm going to tell you guys right now, people that are in the position to serve or stay-at-home moms are your best bet. I've been doing this 10 years. Now, anybody can rock out Scentsy, but when I mean identify, this is what I'm talking about. So when you're identifying, okay, well, maybe nurses would be a great place. Okay. Have you brought samples to your pediatrician? Have you brought samples to the OBGYN? Have you brought a basket party for them to smell? So identifying can also go further than just, okay, they would be great. No, next time you go pick up your kids, give that teacher a bag party and let them just smell your scents. Teacher Appreciation Week is this week. Everybody got Scentsy. Everybody got Scentsy in my kids' classes. I gift with Scentsy. Why? Because when I follow up with them, I want them to know, hey, I sell this. If you ever need anything, let me know. It's all about identifying and trying to really just hone in on getting the new customers and also identifying your current hosts, your current VIPs, your current people that love the whip box, your people that are always saying they want to buy all the things, but they can't afford it. Guys, these are literally like green lights to go and to be sharing. Okay, you can't afford this. You can earn your business. Let's get you a free shopping link. And if you get up to $200 in orders, your business is $39. And then you get 10% off or 10% in free product that goes towards your business for every single dollar after that. So it's very, very important that you guys understand when you look and you're finding these people and you're building a relationship. So also with everything I'm talking about right now, you are building a relationship, okay? It's very important to do this in steps. We can get super Scentsy excited and want to just word vomit. I'm the worst. I've lost a lot of recruits this way. Don't be Chloe. It's because we get excited. We've all done this, but it's very important to start slow with these people. We live in a world now to where people are even more cautious than they've ever been. If they don't trust you, they're not going to listen to you. I always say this about team, but this is very important about customers. So making sure you're giving them not just a good experience, but an incredible experience, which again, Justin is going to really kill when he talks about that, because the experience is everything. They can buy from anybody in the world. Why are they buying from you? Oh, there's too many Scentsy consultants. No, that's a good thing. If a lot of people sell Scentsy in your area, that means maybe the customers have already been exposed to it. So when you're ready to go, they're ready to buy. So identify, who are these rockstar customers? Who are these rockstar hosts? You're going to start your ongoing list. Next is find, okay? So now you're going to find how Scentsy can fit into these customers' lives, okay? So this is why everything I'm talking about, it all is tying in together, because that's the point. Because a lifestyle is something that you are doing every day. This is something every day. So when you were finding, how can Scentsy fit into Chloe's life? Okay, so I used to be a nurse. So if somebody, and nobody ever recruited me, ever, by the way, did not recruit me. I went to an event, Justin bought my kit. I never ever saw a sample. Okay, I never heard of Scentsy, and I worked on a nursing floor with a lot of people. So when I tell you guys,
I should have joined. I was the one
that we are missing so many finds. We are missing so many finds. Everybody knows a nurse where they can get a bag on a unit. Everybody knows a teacher, and everybody knows a stay-at-home mom. Garrett freaking to you. Every single person on this call does. Have you reached out to those people to get Scentsy samples on their floor? This is how simple it is. This is how it starts. So when you're looking at finding how Scentsy can fit into their life, Scentsy can fit into everybody's life. It's just the fact of, do you know this customer yet? Have you built a relationship with them yet? Do you know more about them than their 6-pack of wax? Do you know if they have kids? Do you know if they have dogs? Do you know anything about them? So when you actually tell them how Scentsy can fit into their lives, they actually know you know something about them. My customers are very important to me. I don't just talk to my customers about Scentsy. I talk to my customers about our kids, dogs, life, fashion, whatever. I talk to them about a lot of things because your customers are not just customers. They're human beings, and customers need to be treated as such. And so what I mean by that is if you are truly trying to know these customers, okay, and you're asking them questions, when you follow up with them, ask them if they have dogs. Why are y'all sending them samples of Scentsy dog stuff when you don't know if they have a dog? These are questions right off the bat with a new customer I like to ask. Literally, I like to ask them, do you have kids? Do you have animals? What are your favorite candles you buy in the store? What do you love to do? You like to go to the beach, the mountains? Oh, I love those too. So it's not, when I say find how Scentsy can fit into their life, this is something that's ongoing because you're going to build a relationship with these people. All right. So E, be excited. Now listen, I get it. Okay. It takes me a lot sometimes to be excited. There's days when I'm tired, I am drained. Today was actually one of those days. I'm real low key tired. However, my passion, and Justin's going to talk about passion too. My passion literally for Scentsy is so rooted and so deep. My feelings don't matter when it comes to me showing up for my customers and showing up for y'all. So I want to also go back when I talk about be excited. If you're not feeling excited before you reach out to those customers, I want you to think, what is the reason you're doing Scentsy right now? If you could close your eyes and dream about what Scentsy could do for you, like for real, no jokes, what it could do for you, it will take you to a place where there is no stopping you. You will literally be unstoppable. And the leaders within this group that understand that and that have felt that rooted reason, because here's the deal, trainings, motivation, that's not going to do it for you. What's going to do it for you is you having a reason. Why? What can Scentsy do for your life? Scentsy has changed my life. Literally, I'll never do anything else again until the end of Scentsy time. Scentsy has changed my life. So when I talk about being excited, there are days where I don't feel like talking about joining, or I don't feel like following up with those customers, or I don't feel like sharing with them the earn a kit or the join opportunity or all of these things. But I literally snap out of it, look at my rooted reason. I look at the pictures of my kids in front of me. I look at my life and I say, okay, let's freaking go. So when I talk about being excited, listen to me. This is probably the most important thing. Humans feel energy. They can feel it. They can feel when you're excited. They can feel when you're not excited. Okay. Just like with my husband, he can tell if I'm in a good mood or in a bad mood pretty quick. Okay. Customers can tell the same. So listen to me when I say, when you are reaching out to these customers about joining, I want you to be on it. No kidding. You're nervous, you're scared. Who cares? Voice text them. I always do voice text over a regular text with a customer I already know if I'm talking about the join opportunity, because I want them to hear my voice. I want them to know I'm not being scammy. So it is very, why is that typing out? Oh my God. I didn't know you were doing it.
You just deleted all
I didn't know
what
you were doing.
I was just saying it and I was going to do it at the end.
So. Oh, sorry. It's been a long day. So being excited is contagious. Okay. People are watching you. They're looking at you. They're watching how you're running your business. You may not think they are. I promise you they are. I promise you. So listen to me. I don't care if you got no likes or if you got 25 likes, keep sharing, keep showing up. That's more of social media. But when it comes to one-on-one, texting your customers, following up, pull that last order up. Take the time to pause and be like, do I know this person? Have I found them on social media? Do they know that I have a VIP page? Do I know anything about them? Where are they from? Did someone refer them? Be excited. When I have a new customer, the first thing I say is this. Hey, my name is Chloe. I do not voice text them the first time if they're new, by the way, because I don't want to scare people, but I'll text them and just say, my name is Chloe. I'm the Scentsy consultant you ordered from. I am so excited to be your Scentsy consultant. Did someone refer you? Because I love to, oh my gosh, my brain is going away. Because I love to take care of my referrals. Okay. So immediately I'm sharing with them, did someone refer you? I can't wait to be your Scentsy consultant. And I'm so excited you're here. I'm going to take care of you. Okay. I'm excited. Even if I'm having a crappy day, guys, I want you guys to understand the customer is king. period. Period. The customer is king. The customer doesn't care how you're feeling. I know this is going to be hard to hear, but this is true. They don't care about your day. They don't care how you're feeling. They don't care if you just had an anxiety attack. Reel it in. We're business owners. Take care of that customer. Be excited for that customer, or don't text that customer until you can be excited. Look up their order. See what they got. See what their favorite product was. See, you know what I mean? Like, really build that relationship and be excited. That is key. Excitement is contagious. Stay steady. This is S. This is so important. This was my word for last year. 2021 was a really difficult year for me. I was transitioning in a lot of ways in my business and just at home. I was trying to be a better mom. So I was really trying to stay steady in my business. And I can tell you the one thing that got me through last year with recruiting, with sales, with all of that was staying steady, not stopping. Okay. Stagnant is not good. It's not a good place to be. Okay. When you're stagnant in your business, you're stagnant in having sponsoring conversations, you're stagnant in all of those things, you're not going to grow. So being steady, staying steady, sponsoring is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You're not going to sponsor every month. Okay. I did not sponsor last month. And guess what? I still haven't sponsored this month. I'm going to sponsor too. I'm going to do everything in my power. I'm going to stay consistent. I'm going to be excited. I'm going to do all those things. But at the end of the day, no matter what the outcome, I'm still going to go into next month staying steady and staying consistent, because this is a lifestyle. It is not your fault if somebody doesn't join that you reached out to and they just didn't want to join. It wasn't their time. It's not a reflection of you. You need to keep showing up. You need to keep sharing the join conversation one-on-one. You need to keep doing those things, because I'm telling you, again, they're watching. T, talk less. Listen to their story. Who are they? How can Scentsy fit into their life? This is something I'm terrible at, okay? I talk a lot to my customers. I talk a lot when I'm doing parties. I don't listen enough. So when you are talking to your customers, ask them questions they can actually answer. Ask them questions they could answer a lot about. Ask them about their life. Ask them about where they work. Ask them questions that aren't just Scentsy, so you can start listening and start figuring out how can it fit in their life. Start listening. Start asking your customers questions. Why? It's not about you. I hate when people say, and I'm going to say it, I don't care. I hate when people say, will you join to help me earn a trip? I want to earn this. It's not about you. It's not about you. And we're going to talk about the compensation plan, but this is about them. This is about them being able to get extra money that they're not getting every month, to get groceries, to take their baby out to the movies, to go get their nails done, whatever they want to do. This is the extra for them. And if you know the customer, and if you're paying attention and you're identifying, you're going to know exactly how to make that fit. It's very, very important that you understand it's not about you. It's about them. I'm not on this training tonight for me. I don't need to tell myself how to sponsor. I know what I need to do. I'm here for y'all. Does that make sense? So it's about that customer. It's about them. Do you know them? How can Scentsy fit into their life? And be bold and be vulnerable. If they don't respond back to you, that's fine. Don't take it personal. I have a ton of people that don't respond back to me all the time. I have 3 hosts I'm still waiting to respond to me from yesterday. It's fine. I'll text them tomorrow. We all good. We're going to keep moving. L, listen to your customer. We already talked about that, but listening is very, very important. Listening to your customer so you can get those cues, and with your ongoing list, not a list of 100, with your ongoing weekly list that you're going to be doing, because you should have a day dedicated time to your customers, to building relationships, following up, and sharing the joint opportunity. This is not something that should just be overlooked. I'm going to be honest. This shouldn't be something where you write a list at the beginning of the year and you're pulling from the list. No, this needs to be steady, constant. Every week you're looking, you're identifying, you're adding, you're scrolling through social, you're commenting, you're building relationships, and you're adding to that ongoing list. Listen to your customer. Listen to them. And E, what, and this is going to tie into Justin, what is the experience you're giving to the customer? You want to go into that?
Yeah, so I'm going to hit enter so you guys actually have that acronym that's in here. And obviously we'll post something else.
Yeah, we'll share the notes.
But I wanted to go ahead and do this. So
yeah, breeze through that.
I am. When we talk about experience, I mean, it goes back to pretty much how I made the comment in the Master of Sales. You cannot sell something unless you know how it works. And so when you're trying to sell an experience that you haven't experienced for yourself, it's really hard to join that because it's not authentic. So don't try to sell somebody else's business to somebody to join your team. Hopefully that makes sense. What I'm saying is when you're recruiting people to join what you have, it's what you have. It's not what anybody else has done. It's the journey you're on that you want to bring them on. And you can use examples of how Scentsy has blessed other people, but you need to share how Scentsy's blessing you in that moment right now, because that's how you're going to connect with people that are your customers. The experience is there. When I say experience, it's anything that Scentsy allows you to do that you were not able to do prior to Scentsy coming into your life. I think that's very important, whether that is having your kids smell a scent and you're sharing that little moment. It's the little things and it's the little moments that make big impacts. There's that saying, what, one ripple from a pebble hitting the water. I mean, it just ripples. I mean, it's just those little things that you're constantly sharing. It could be
constantly.
It could be making a car payment. It could be paying somebody said they did a poll about who pays their light bill, which I think is genius.
Well, I was literally looking through right before here. I was looking at stories and came across a SSD in our group, April, and saw in her story, it was beautiful. She was like, went to the dentist today. It was $700, but thank God I have Scentsy and it covered that. And she even put the income disclosure. And I was like, wow, that would make me DM her. Like, yeah. I literally thought that. I was like, I would DM, like, that's crazy.
So it's the experience in the lifestyle that Scentsy's giving you in your moment that you can share with anybody that surrounds you, and it can connect with them.
Yes.
And I think that that's important when you think about experience. And I said this and I'm trying to make it a little bit different from the sales experience, because, you know, selling this product is easy. It is. It's selling. It's easy. It's getting people to believe that they have something within them to change their life that they never thought they could do.
That
is what's very hard. And that is a very hard story to sell. And the only way you're going to sell that story is to show the true, authentic you and how Scentsy is changing your life. And if you're at a point in your business where Scentsy's not changing that right now, then you need to get mentored and you need to find yourself how to create that experience to where you can start attracting people to join the culture you're trying to build.
And you need a rooted reason. You need to really think. You need to dream. You need to learn how to dream, because you deserve that.
And I think we're getting to that point now to where people's true authentic why is becoming more important now than ever, because of what we said earlier with the resignation, everybody leaving. There's going to be, and for a lot of you guys that don't understand this, there's going to be more W-9 employees than W-2 employees by the year 2023 for the first time ever. What that means is a W-2 employee gets a paycheck with taxes taken out every month. Pretty much anybody that's a corporation that gets a corporate paycheck, you get that. W-9 employees is usually tied to sales and tied to people who are commission only with no taxes taken out. So what that's saying is there's going to be more people that are going to be W-9 for the first time ever. So how in the world do we get those people to think Scentsy's not a pyramid scheme? And how do we get those people to actually join this? And it's very simple. You work, you share the experience, you're authentic about why you're doing it, and you consistently share how it can change your life. So I'm serious, guys, from washing your dog, from changing wax, from going on trips, from paying certain things. We have compliance for that with the income disclosure, to where you can make sure you're putting that on everything you do that Scentsy is allowing you to do that you were not able to do prior to Scentsy coming in your life.
Yep.
Buying socks, buying something, buying gifts, paying off a credit card, anything you can do to share that. Going to the beach, paying for an upgraded first class ticket on the plane. I mean, whatever it is that Scentsy has allowed you to do that you have not ever been able to do, that's the
big or small, the Starbucks drink that Scentsy paid for, it all matters. Like, yeah, it's very important. So we're going to move on because of time, but that was really good. So now Justin's going to go into, you want to do resources, knowledge,
so number one was the importance of recruiting, on why to recruit. And I will say this, the most important reason out of all this, if you break it all down, is to change somebody's life for the one. We always say that for everything, you do it for the one. It could be one person. And the one thing that gets me more pumped up about this Scentsy business than anything is the 3 or 4 girls I know under us that we've mentored, that we've helped, that have now retired and are spending their nights with their babies and are now able to focus on this. I know a lot of them that have been able to do that now. And there's probably more that I'm missing, but I know that they're with their babies and able to do what they want to. And when Chloe and I said yes, when I bought that kit, I was just worried about a $300 car payment. That's all I was worried about. So I know what this business can do. And I know that's why it's important to recruit, because you can literally take one person who has never had a lick of confidence in their life and never thought that they could do anything with themselves except just hopefully be able to pay their bills, and then have them change their complete life.
And guess what?
And give them the confidence and make their marriages better, make their family stronger. There's just a lot of things that can happen with this. So you just have to have that mindset when you're having that recruiting. It's the passion that you have to know that you can potentially be a vessel to point people. If you're, a Christian, you can point them to this, you can point them to that, you can build a community. It's just a lot of things that you can build. And I'll say iron sharpens iron. You could be that vessel for somebody. So now we talked about 1, importance of recruiting. So 2, know how to recruit. Resources. You've got to be very resourceful with this and knowing the tools you have to make recruiting easier. I'll say this all the time. Your number 1 tool is the compensation plan. Now that you've got them, you've got to know how to tell them how to get paid. I think that is what is most important, is you have to, now that you know that money works, how in the world are they going to actually make money to do it? Are you telling them about the shooting star? Are you telling them about the sensational star? Are you telling them about the incentive? Are you telling them about this stuff? Understanding the compensation plan is something now that you can get them to join. What if somebody asks you right now, in order for them to join your team, you're like, okay, well, how do I get paid? Are you going to be able to tell them instead of just saying, I'll just sell? No, there's more to that, because there's more money that could be missing.
Percentage,
everything.
bonus,
Do you know?
all that.
Do you know that? And that's a self-assessment. Do you know that off the top of your head? And then the next one's earn a kit. Chloe, you could talk about that.
So I'm not even going to really get into that, but you need to know what the earn a kit is, because at the end of the day, if you are trying to sell something, okay, you should not be selling something, which I'm talking about the earn a kit. That's a sell to a recruit. When you're sharing that earn a kit, if you don't know the process, you need to take a step back and you need to realize, okay, I need to get on the workstation. I don't need to text my sponsor, because the workstation has everything. And you go in the search engine, you go to the market, or you go to the training resources. They have trainings on earn a kit. I talk about this all the time. You need to understand it front and back with your eyes closed, the earn a kit. You need to understand, you need to watch the videos Scentsy has. They have walkthroughs so you can understand exactly how to enter it. But this is something that I have so many consultants constantly text me about. At one point or another, my front line will ask me, what is the earn a kit and how do I do it? Do not tell your teams how to do the earn a kit. Send them that resource, because what you're doing is a huge disservice to your teams when you're just telling them how to do something, when they need to be watching that process. They need to be watching that process, and then they need to do that process. Join promotions. We have a big one this month. Do you have signage? Are you sharing it with your customers? Is it in follow-up every week, guys? It's the 11th. We have a lot of people to sponsor. That's an amazing kit. And then marketing materials, guys. Using all the amazing ones that Scentsy gives us, using those, popping those on Canva. I don't know what Canva is. Guess what? YouTube knows what Canva is. There's a tutorial. You can go right on there.
Canva has tutorials.
And you can do a tutorial. Literally, we have a tutorial in our new consultant. I have the Canva tutorial in my new consultant information. By the way, pro tip.
To teach them
put the Canva tutorial. I have it right there, because these are free resources y'all can be using. But most importantly, opening your mouth about the marketing materials with the joint promotions and things like that.
And then, so that's under knowing how to recruit. A, being very resourceful. B, being very knowledgeable. So Chloe mentioned this before. Yeah. So if you're a self-learner, learning yourself how to talk to people, watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, going to, the Chamber of Commerce meetings, Alive After 5, after hours, getting involved in the community, becoming like that, using YouTube, public speaking. If you're very uncomfortable, I think I saw some people say that they're very uncomfortable with just talking to people. You have to do it in order to get comfortable.
And I get it. My face is red right now. I still turn red. I don't care.
Before these,
we just do the things. You just do the things.
You just have to. It's one of those things where if in your mind, before you talk to somebody, you think you're bothering them, that's a problem, because you're trying to project what somebody else is feeling. And so you don't know how that person's feeling. So you might as well just at least talk to them. So, and I'll always say this too, you're never going to grow if you're not uncomfortable. The moment you start getting comfortable in your business, then
there's probably something wrong.
Then there's something wrong, and you need to do something to make yourself uncomfortable again to try to grow.
Yep.
We're in pruning season right now. And it's funny, I saw somebody said Toastmasters. That was literally my next point on here. There's Toastmasters in every community. Start doing that.
And also
it's one of those things where I recommend you have to, in order for yourself to be a business owner, you constantly have to be learning, and you constantly have to just get obsessed with always learning. You go to school to be indoctrinated. I think after that, you just have to start learning yourself on how you're going to build your wealth and how you're going to make your money and how you're going to change your life and people's lives around you.
Yeah.
So that's as far as knowledge. So next part is conversations, which we're going to talk a lot about that in the mini habit section. But
so conversations, literally how many, how often, and how soon is the follow-up. I can't stress this enough. Stop making a list of 100. That's dead. We're not doing that anymore. It needs to be, when is your follow-up during the week? Like literally, when is this time? I don't have time. Okay, guys, I'm talking 5 to 15 minutes every couple days, or once a week, or whatever your time is. The more you do this, my dad taught me this a long time ago. He said, baby, the more you do with commission, the more you're going to make. The more you do, the more you make. The more you learn, the more you make. The more you sell, the more you make. Okay. So the more you incorporate follow-up, you guys, talking about sponsoring follow-up, which includes building relationships, identifying all of those things, being intentional. The more you do that, the more that's going to grow. Okay. The less you do that, the less it's going to grow. Does that make sense? This is very simple. And I want to keep it very simple. How many times a week are you having sponsoring conversations? If you don't know off the top of your head, it's too little, right? Simple task, simple things that need to go off in your head. Don't overcomplicate it. Get off all these Scentsy pages thinking you got to make all this marketing material. Have conversations with your customers. Offer to drop off the scents. Keep it simple. Build relationships. Okay. And so next we're going to go into quality versus quantity. Okay. Quality. So you're looking at with quality. So you have quality and quantity. I have been back and forth. If you've watched my trainings for years, I used to say you need the quantity to get the quality. And then I've also said you need to find the quality though, because you don't want to sponsor a bunch of people. I believe you need both. Mm-hmm. I believe it's a mix of 50-50 because I've been doing this a really long time. You have no idea who's going to rock out at Scentsy. Because I see Heather Bullock's face. She's one of my star directors. I never asked her to join. You know why? Because I thought she was way too busy with her kids. I didn't want to bother her. How stupid is that? No. How can Scentsy fit into your life? You need your own income. Okay. So how are you looking at when you're having your host, when you're having these experiences with your customers? Are you sharing the joint opportunity with every customer? Because you should. There's a small percentage you don't. We all know that one customer. We all know those couple where we're like, we good. We're good. Order, we're good. But 99% of the time, you're psyching yourself out and you're making up a whole story about a customer and you don't even know their answer. Stop doing that. Just ask. If they say no, they say no. Some of my best consultants, I literally wish I asked them. Some of my best ones asked me. Don't be that person. So quality, your best host, Scentsy Club, VIPs, they're referring you, they're commenting, they follow you on social media and they comment on your stuff. These are the people that are quality. They're watching you. They know the business. Quantity. Okay. Who's at your parties? Sponsoring people from parties, referrals, personal special boxes, meeting these new customers through that. Are you sharing with these new customers, maybe random customers, but are you sharing with them? At least I love to get mine on social so they can start following me. So at least they can see I'm serious about it. This is very important to me. Sounds weird, but I like my customers to follow me because I like them to see that I'm working and I'm consistent. I like them to be able to see what I do. Very, very real talk on that. And then now we're going to go into, and we tried to keep it 30 minutes and it didn't work, but now we're going to end it with some mini habits for recruiting. And as y'all know, we've been talking about mini habits for really the past year because
we're going to get it ingrained into your head.
It really is important to start small. It is. Small ripples create big waves. So
that's what I was trying to think.
We're going to end it with some mini habits you can do.
So first, and I'll say this all the time, if you have not read the book, Mini Habits, and if you have not read the book, Atomic Habits, read it.
Really good.
It will change every aspect of every part of your life, just not your business. I mean, it's one of those things where It's just, I can't change enough. After I read the book, you could tell Chloe, I mean, you can ask Chloe. As soon as I read the book, I was like, we got to share this with everybody. This is freaking amazing. And it's so broken down and simple. But many habits when it comes to recruiting. We gave you some mini habits when it came to sales. So here's many habits when it comes to recruiting. All right. I'm going to ask one of my hosts a month to flip their party in order to become a consultant. It's one habit. I'm going to share the benefits of joining with one Scentsy clubber per month. Another one. One-to-one. This is Katie Lasser's method.
My favorite.
For every $1,000 in PRV I sell, I'm going to get one of those customers to join. Every host I have is going to know about the opportunity and how much money they have.
Up front. Okay, let's be honest. I don't know what this thing is about being scared with hosts and sharing the earn a kit. Y'all, stop sharing it in the middle, the end, the maybe. No, you need to be excited as crap when you share that earn a kit. You need to be so excited to share with them right up front, even before. You need to share that. I don't know what the whole host phobia is with the earn a kit. Guys, just ask them up front. What if they have a killer party and they didn't believe they would? And then they're like, oh yeah, I have a $350 party. My kit would be this much because you mentioned it. Stop waiting to share that.
Yeah. So, and you can even break that down even to a better mini habit where it's like 4 hosts are going to know about the earn a kit a month. You can say that.
It's also going to create a party goal for you.
Every single one of these mini habits has to have a number to where you can hold yourself accountable to it. All my customers know, and you can break that down to where it's like, I'm going to explain to 5 of my customers this month about the earn a kit.
And think about this. You're not just saying it blindly.
No.
We've talked all night about building a relationship, right? So you're building a relationship with your customer. You have them on social. You know about their life. You're not just talking to them about Scentsy. So when you bring up to that customer in follow-up, please, dear God, hear me when I say, don't let recruiting be the first thing you say to a customer. That's not cute. You need to build a relationship with them first so they trust you, just like that's why y'all are on here listening to us, all 83 of you tonight, because you know that there is backing behind our words. We do what we tell you guys to do and what we share with y'all. Your customers are the exact same way. So I think it's very important that y'all know the relationship is really, really important to build. So when you bring this to the table about, hey, you could get paid off Scentsy Club. You could get paid off all these orders. You could get an earn a kit with all these party rewards. They're going to listen to you. It's very important.
And I think it's important to share this too. And the last mini habit I'll share is, for every outlet you share the blessing to Scentsy. I'll even break it down further. One post on social media every Tuesday about how Scentsy is. I'm going to share the Scentsy experience in my life. For every party I have, I'm going to share my testimony of what Scentsy's done for me. So it's important to have that on there and to make sure that everybody is aware of that experience, because like I said, your lifestyle and experience is what's going to make people want to join your business.
Yeah. And I love to, someone just commented, y'all are killing it with the comments, by the way. If I wasn't on a time constraint, I would literally so good. So good. But someone, Ashley just said, if you don't ask, someone will. I have always said this. This is true to the core. If you don't ask, someone else is going to ask. I can promise you that. And you cannot get upset because they don't owe you anything because they bought a 6-pack from you in 1996. Okay. That it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You didn't share the join opportunity and you didn't share the earn a kit, but I'm telling you right now, not sharing it is not going to put dollars in anybody's bank. Okay.
That's right. Sharing
the opportunity is far more beneficial and such a blessing to these VIPs. Scentsy Club, guys, all of us are being trained to grow club. I've been training you on this for 2 years. Your uplines are doing Scentsy Club. The reason for club is to find the ultimate VIP customer.
And guys,
to get
you can
to join.
do this if you want to get super technical with your clients. And one thing I've done with Chloe is we track our Scentsy Clubbers. So for 6 months, I have a paid to club column in our Scentsy Club tracker where it's like based off their order, this is how much commission they have. And over 6 months.
And y'all know that. We've trained on that.
And then I'm like, over 6 month period, this customer would have made just off their own Scentsy Club $250.
And I tell them that.
And she has a postcard. She writes it down on it. And we're like, this is what you could have made in the past.
Tell them, show them.
I even gave Chloe, look, Chloe she has customers that are like her real close friends. And I'm like, hey, she's getting coffee tomorrow. I put on here, hey, Chloe, ask Ashley for 2 to 3 referrals.
Oh, I'm recruiting her tomorrow. I'm done with her. She's joining.
But anyways, it's just like having that conversation.
Joining.
If you're going to grab coffee with your customer, be like, hey, look, do you know anybody that has never had Scentsy before that I could get them for, that I could take care of them for it? I mean, look, people will love to support you, but you can't assume that they don't want to support you. So you've got to open your mouth.
Most people want to help in the sense of they don't mind referring you. They don't mind sharing your business. Get them a scent circle. Like, compensate them with a scent circle and a piece of candy. That's the point of using host rewards, guys. You're using your free product for scent circles and for all these things that you can use to your advantage. So anyways, we did not do a very good job.
And the great thing is this. Now I want to end it with this because I want you guys to be excited about coming to our next training. Now that you've recruited them, how are you going to lead them? And how are you just not going to get them certified so you can earn annual mentor, but how are you going to cultivate and help them cultivate their business to actually promote and get you promoted and actually start helping them change their life?
Yes.
Because it's enough to get them recruited. Now you've sold them on this business is going to change their life. How are you going to lead them and show them how it's going to change their life? So I think it's important for you guys to make sure you're on our next one, which we'll post the date next month for the Master of Leading.
Yeah, we'll have one more. But yeah, so we really want to just leave you guys with this, make a mini habit of creating a lifestyle out of sponsoring. Sponsoring no longer needs to be, my goal is to sponsor 2 a month. No, your lifestyle is sponsoring. It's a lifestyle. It's something you do. It's in your vocabulary. It's in your day-to-day. The more you say it, the more you talk about it, the less scared you're going to be about the customers that don't respond. Just because they don't respond is not a reflection of you. You're actually doing them a disservice when you don't share the opportunity with them. So I'm going to stop the recording.
Yep.
And then